Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Couples Coverage. I'm Stephanie Abonce, and I'm here with my boyfriend, Nick. And as I said that, my chancla fell.
I'm wearing socks.
Toes out, huh?
I'm wearing socks.
No, I'm not.
But that's
But
okay.
I have slippers on.
Your chancla.
My chancla that you had on yesterday.
I did. My foot didn't quite fit in your, size 7?
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's all right. All right, so welcome back to another episode. It feels so weird starting it off.
It's a little out of the routine, but I wanted to, give you full control. This is your podcast.
Oh, God.
You control Couples Coverage, episode 16, and wherever you take us, I'm following.
Okay. How are you feeling?
A little tired, not going to lie.
Yes, you know what? I kind of feel the energy, even though we're starting off right now. I almost feel like we should have taken like a shot or something.
We have Malort.
No, I'm not taking a shot of Malort.
No, for people in Chicago, I know you love your Malort. Can't say the same here. There's Brett. Shout out to you. Last birthday, you came to this apartment and gave me a bottle of Malort. That bottle is still here, and the only time that we ever drank out of it was that night of my birthday.
Yeah.
And that's it. And that's probably going to remain for the next birthday.
So coming up.
Coming up. Maybe.
Well, also, Brett, that bottle came with the Christmas ornament that said Malort.
That's right.
So we were cracking up earlier when we were putting up our Christmas tree because we saw this dang ornament.
So we put that up yesterday, right? The Christmas tree?
Yeah.
And I'm probably destroying your rundown.
You
here.
are. This is.
I mean, you're in control. That's right. So never mind.
We're going to get there. We're going to get to the Christmas stuff.
So
but we're going to talk about our day today because I got to experience going to one of your shows today. So that was really cool.
Yeah. And actually, before we get into, what happened today, please subscribe to the podcast on YouTube, Spotify. We're on social media too, Instagram, TikTok, Apple Podcasts. So definitely tune into that. But like you said, you got a chance we were in Fox Lake, and we did our live CHGO Bears show from there. We were joined by a pretty cool guest. Bears tight end Cole Kmet was on the show today, and he does a great job, fantastic job as he usually does. But You got a chance to meet your first Bears player of the year.
Yeah, it is the first one of the year. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's funny because you obviously get to see these players all the time, but I mean, I don't. I'm not really in that world with you. I just get to hear about all of this stuff. So I don't really get to meet too many. So yeah, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, and
a lot taller than I was expecting.
He's a big dude, and we all got a chance to take pictures afterwards. My parents also showed up, and they took pictures, and you posted a picture on your story.
Can I just say this is kind of funny? So we were sitting in the little chairs that we were sitting. I had a good view of everyone, but your parents came right before the show started, and then your mom and dad sat next to me, and the cameras were kind of blocking you.
Okay.
But your mom, it cracked me up a little bit because she was like, oh, you get the good view. Like she was telling me, and like she had no issue that you were being blocked, but she wanted to see Cole Kmet.
He's a good-looking dude. I'm not gonna lie. He's when we signed him, I think the joke going around the office was like, "Oh, now you're not the only good-looking dude."
Oh God.
I'm like, no, because Cole Kmet is good-looking, and like you said, going back to the picture that you posted on your story, I was in that picture.
You were?
Well, according to your story, I wasn't, but you did tag me in the little, little bottom there.
Funny.
But that was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was just jokes.
I know.
Of course, I'm there for you. But it was stuff. No, it was really cool. And I've only sat in on one show before, and that was when you first, were a part of CHGO, and you took me to go see the studio, and I got to sit in and just watch one of the shows from there.
Yeah.
So it's cool seeing it in person versus just online, because I'll, pop in here and there and watch. And it's always so funny to me whenever, I don't know if it just happens randomly when I go on and I'll get mentioned and I get so excited.
That is pretty funny. Yeah, you do get mentioned just randomly too. And you'll be in the little chat there. You've left a comment before, right?
I left a comment once because as I was listening, this was when you were away for a game. So those are usually the ones I listen to because I'm like, oh, like, how was your day? I like to like see whatever you have to say. Obviously that you'll call in and you'll have like your section on the show. So I think there was one time where you were away. So I like tuned into the show and I think Mark was telling you that, girls were making comments when he joined when Mark got brought on to CHGO. He said women were making comments like, I don't know who this was, by the way, but they were saying like, oh, that's the show like Nick's on, or like, oh, so you're going to be on with Nick. And I think he said something along the lines of, I don't know, something along those lines. And then you said, oh, then my girlfriend Stephanie can't watch the show.
Oh,
she's
yeah.
like, I hope she's not watching the show. And I was like, I'm watching.
I'm here.
I'm here.
Better watch out.
Yeah. And then they put my comment up there and I was kind of cracking up.
That was funny.
Yeah.
But it was a good time. Yeah. Got to experience that. And now we're recording our own show.
Yes. I know. All right. So I don't know. Do we want to go into the Christmas stuff now?
I mean, look, we are recording.
Actually, no, we're getting way ahead of ourselves.
Hey, you're the one in the controller seat, I guess.
Yeah.
So where are we going?
Well, no, that's like getting way ahead because this is Thanksgiving week.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
So that's kind of where we should start.
Yes, we should.
So it is Tuesday night. Honestly, I don't know why, but short weeks always like take me out of my routine completely. You're still laughing at me from yesterday.
That was yesterday. Yeah,
that was yesterday. Okay.
Yeah, you tell the story.
Well, it was just funny because I got done with work and we were sitting on the couch and I'm like, I'm feeling a little glass of wine today. I'm like, I don't know why, but I'm just feeling a glass of wine, maybe because it's the end of the week. It was literally Monday. I'm
like, well, it's going to be a shock to you because tomorrow is Tuesday. So we are not at the end of the week. We are, in fact, starting our week. Yeah. So that was pretty funny.
I know.
But you did have the glass of wine and it's all good.
Yeah. I do think it's because I know there's a short week coming up. Even though it's going to be a little bit weird because I'm off Thursday, but then still have to go back Friday.
Yeah, and I have to... Like, I'm off Thursday for Thanksgiving and then back to, work, like, even on the weekend a little bit. And then they have a game Monday. So it is a weird week, but there is a holiday week and looking forward to it.
Yeah. Are you excited? You're excited for, like, the food part? Because I know that's when you've mentioned, I think, to me.
I think Thanksgiving, I've always looked forward to every Thanksgiving just because, I mean, you get to be around family. I enjoy Thanksgiving food in its entirety. Look, I mean, I think turkey's a little overrated, but like everything else that complements a turkey, like if you do a ham, you do the green bean casserole, mashed potatoes, the dinner rolls, like I'm good with all of that. And I'll go for seconds and, even thirds at times, and then desserts afterwards. Football is on. Like, I love Thanksgiving. Yeah. And it's it's a debate for me with Christmas because I think Christmas back then was more of a, when you're a kid, you're like, oh, I can't wait till Christmas. I can't wait till Thanksgiving. So yeah. I really look forward to it. And I used to play like, your Thanksgiving football games before you kind of actually watch football and then eat.
So, okay, that's very like American of you to actually have a football game before Thanksgiving. To me, that seems like so... just very, very Americanized because I didn't even know that was a thing that
Turkey
people
bowl.
do. Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing before.
Well, yeah. I mean, had you known me before, like earlier, you definitely would have known. But yeah, like you just get together with a group of friends and you
The day of Thanksgiving?
Yeah, the morning of.
So early.
Early in the morning, yeah. You do early in the morning. Sometimes you're supposed to do flag football just because, you don't have pads or anything, but it always turns into tackle. So,
okay.
That always it was fun when we used to do it, and sometimes we would even do like a Christmas Eve game, and the ground would be frozen and stuff.
Christmas Eve, my
gosh.
Where
I think that's where I like bust open my eyebrow here and like blood was spewing out everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was during the basketball one.
I had two.
Really?
There's one scar above. You can't see this on camera. There's one above and one below.
I don't think I've ever. Oh, you know what?
Do you
Okay,
see?
yeah,
There's like a little,
bit.
yeah. So, and it was literally, you can open it up and see inside, and then I just put
Stop.
like a little butterfly Band-Aid and it healed up.
Oh God.
I don't remember which one that was from. That was definitely from the football one. Butterfly Band-Aid. The one playing basketball, I had to get some stitches.
That is so interesting to me. But this is why I love always hearing about people's holiday experiences, because I just feel like everyone has their own little traditions and it's cool to see. But for us, usually for the most part, like any Hispanic party that we have, Thanksgiving, Christmas, I guess not Hispanic party, but like obviously my family's Hispanic. So any get together that we have usually starts at like 4 or 5 and then goes on till like midnight, if not like past midnight. So the idea of like having a football game somewhere in there, like what?
You know, that was always with friends. It definitely wasn't with like, obviously like my brother would play or things like that. So, but yeah, it was always with friends. You try to do that, and then you get to your family activities later in the day.
Yeah. That too, though, because ever since dating you, I've been a part of like your family holidays as well. And I've seen that you guys do also have like the very traditional Thanksgiving foods, which is something that I didn't do either before, because usually my family did like tamales or pozole, or sometimes they would even do like tacos. So we rarely ever had like the traditional Thanksgiving Day food. But I think once we were a little bit older, we did start to have some of those things. And I was always excited for it. But Thanksgiving to me never, like, I didn't associate it with like that stuff.
And I think we have incorporated like tamales and pozole and things like that.
Pozole?
Pozole. Your mom makes a really good one.
Yeah, you should.
Spicy and delicious.
It was spicy?
There's a little bit of kick in it. So
okay.
Yeah, it was really good. But I think we there's definitely been years, or I feel like we usually do incorporate obviously the very traditional, and then obviously we're Hispanic too, but
yeah,
we get a mixture of everything. That's why I know some people say that Thanksgiving's overrated. Never gonna hear me say that and actually mean it.
Yeah, you know what? Thanksgiving, it's kind of funny because I feel like I'm guilty of like overstuffing my plate, because you want like a little bit of everything. Like you just want to try everything, especially back then when I was able to have everything. I wanted it all. And I could never really finish my
your plate should be stacked. That's how it should be. After you go around like the kitchen and get a little bit of this, get a little bit of that, and I don't know, I didn't want to get up again until I had to after eating it all. So
you got to make room for desserts.
You do, but I still believe that you stuff your plate like you would stuff a turkey or whatever it is, or you just stack it.
Yeah.
Stack.
So what would you say is your favorite if you had to choose between any?
I love ham. Like ham, and we'll have it at Christmas too, but like I can never go wrong. And there's different ways to, like, my family will cook it. Like I think part of someone will bring one version of a ham, someone will do another version, or even different versions of turkey, but I've always been a ham guy. Always will be. And so that's just my thing. Like I'll even make, like, you get your dinner roll, you have like a slice of ham. I'll stuff like mashed potatoes in there, make like a little sandwich, and then bite. 2 days away from Thanksgiving. We're recording this on Tuesday, so 2 days away from Thanksgiving. I cannot wait.
Oh my gosh, yes, 2 days away. I know sometimes my parents or like my family would, like, a lot of the kids didn't like some of that food that they would have. So they would always do like a bucket of those Jewel chicken wings.
Oh, those are so good. Those are so good.
And it's funny to see them come back now as they're older and they still hit just as hard. Like everyone loves them.
I mean, when we go to like friends parties,
stuff, yeah.
like who's bringing the Jewel chicken wing?
Yeah.
Like, they're good. I mean, you can't go wrong there.
I miss that. I'm kind of missing out, but it's okay. What was I gonna say? Okay, so what about for desserts?
Oh, I mean, my mom will always make her brownies.
Yeah. Which
are delicious, but we'll also have, like, someone will bring, like, maybe like a store-bought pie. I think my dad will also make like a key lime pie.
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit more. No, I mean, actually, my family will make a good amount of it.
Yeah,
but
you guys have
I
lots
feel like
of desserts.
someone always brings like some kind of assortment of cookies or something like that. So Yeah, we do a good mixture of things. What about you?
Oh, it's so good.
What do you remember about like a awesome Thanksgiving dessert?
Awesome Thanksgiving dessert. Usually my mom always made like a flan or something.
Okay.
So probably something like that. I don't know if we had. Did you just win your bet? I knew you were checking your bet. Ugh, guys, bets have been taking over.
Go.
I'm so over it.
$160. Because the game went into overtime. Sorry, baby.
Okay, I better have some flowers tomorrow.
You do, yeah. You said every month.
Yeah, we're gonna cut that out.
You'll get flowers though.
Okay. You
Your
lost
flan.
my train of.
You're talking about flan. Your desserts,
Desserts
that you like.
and stuff. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Actually, we've been going in on the desserts lately.
You did. Are there still brownies in the
Yeah,
fridge?
there is.
Oh.
Yeah, there is. I think, you know what? Usually I'm not huge on desserts. I think I've said it. I don't know if I've said it on the podcast, but usually I always say I just want to bite. I just want a bite of something.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's because the holidays are around the corner, and I'm like, it's fine. It's okay. It's the holidays, and I've been going in. I even got cookies today, and I never get cookies.
Where'd you get cookies? Oh
The
yeah,
cookies we bought.
From Trader Joe's.
Maple.
Those are good.
Maple cookies.
It's turned into a food podcast.
I know.
But yeah, I think it's especially during like the holiday season. Like, there's so many good desserts. It's kind of hard to say no, and you know how Hispanic like grandmas can be, or like just relatives are like, oh, you need more, and it's like, oh, you need to try this. Like, you're right, I do, and I don't want to say no, and
I know.
Yeah, so I feel like if there's any time, even though you should be disciplined around this time,
it's okay. I feel like I'm okay with it because it's like the holidays is just like such a short period of time.
That's true.
That, you know what, just enjoy it. It's fine.
We had a discussion not too long ago. We're like, well, after Christmas, you're in these cold months, and there are no like major big like obviously there's like Valentine's Day, and things like that. But
no
we were
major
saying
big holidays, huh?
The big family holidays, the big family holidays. But we were like, there should be like a big holiday every month, so you can have that time to your family and like get time.
Oh yeah,
off,
we were saying
right?
that.
So I feel like you're right. It goes back to it, like enjoy the time, these times right now.
Yeah.
Because not every single month you get that opportunity to come together as a family or hang out and do things like that.
Exactly. No, I agree. You know what though? It's kind of like you're just finishing with like Halloween, which is like all the candy and stuff. And then you get into like all the pastries. Yeah, it's good.
It's a good time.
It's good
Good
time.
times. Good times.
Okay, what about for games? What kind of games did you guys play? Because like my family always, I know with my cousins, we loved playing that Heads Up game. I think Ellen created it. I think Ellen's I think it's her game, but it's free, so we would just download it and we would play with all my cousins, and it would be so fun. And then the adults would play like Loteria. You know what? Sometimes we all would join in on that too. Mm-hmm. So those are kind of like the games that always come out during like Thanksgiving. Oh, I'm
trying to see if I can pull it up on camera real quick to see if it'll work. But it's like,
you have it, or do you download it?
I think I downloaded it when we were in line at Six Flags, because I saw the people. Weren't there people playing like Heads Up and like when we were waiting for the Raging Bull? I think.
Do you remember there was one time we were stuck in really, really bad traffic? We were just not moving at all for like over an hour, and we were like, "Let's play Heads Up," and we downloaded it too.
Oh,
maybe you re-downloaded it.
Well,
but
apparently it doesn't work because it was still stuck on the screen. But we never did. Oh, okay. So I remember a couple of years when I had my virtual reality headset. We would all like kind of watch everybody play a scary game on it, and that was pretty funny. But that wasn't like a traditional one. Like, I just remember, hey, does anybody want to do this? And we would all kind of watch somebody, but. If you know what Risk is, that is the most like every single year we try to play it. We've been a little inconsistent as of late, But basically, it's a board game where you're trying to conquer the world. You do it with dice, and you have armies, and there's you get a set of cards, and you put these army men on these territories, and you basically got to conquer the whole world. This game can take hours. Like, there have been games that have gone on for 6 hours.
With you guys?
With us,
oh,
yes.
My,
and
I would
people, there are people
out.
that are like committed to this. There used to be a trophy that actually like stood up and was on kind of like a pedestal, and there was a big tank on it. Over the years, it just became a tank because things broke off, and like even the barrel for like the where the tank shoots out of, that broke off. So that's always going to be played. And again, like I said, it's been a little inconsistent over the years because of, maybe not as many family members coming by. What is it? Ticket to Ride?
Ticket to Ride.
Ticket to Ride. Another board game that we'll play. My mom, grandma, cousins will sometimes play dominoes. So
Dominoes is fun.
Dominoes is fun. Even when we've gone to like where did we play it recently? Oh, Nick and Tiff's.
Oh yeah.
Was it the baby shower or
no?
What was it?
No. This was
like it wasn't the baby shower. Yeah,
4th of July weekend.
That's what it was. Yeah, we got to play some dominoes. But
was it 4th of July? Labor Day, Memorial, one of those days, off days.
Sometime in summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was fun. So yeah, we'll have an assortment of things going on, and yeah, I think those are also the things that I really look forward to. Just playing a board game.
Yeah.
That's always cool.
Fun.
Yep.
And we always say like, it's fun to have something to do, because I don't know, like maybe even just, I don't know if it's an us thing, but I just like having a game to play.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like it's a good way to bond with everyone.
That's why I tried getting
There's
the
also
Nintendo
like
Switch.
I just know sometimes. Yeah.
if you've been watching couples coverage, you would know.
Yeah.
I got scammed.
You get scammed. It's okay. It'll get here. I'm kidding. Me gaslighting you.
Still
Don't
waiting.
worry, it'll get here. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about was Friendsgiving, but very lightly, because obviously very similar to Thanksgiving. But last year we hosted our very first Friendsgiving, and I'm a little bit sad that I don't think it's gonna work out this year. I think I still have to like let people know, but it's just kind of like all our weekends got pretty like filled up quickly.
Yeah, I mean,
so
like we're kind of running into we're in that in between, obviously Thanksgiving and Christmas. So you have like, again, you can have a Friendsgiving, Friendsmas, and like we're gonna be out of town next weekend for my birthday in Phoenix. So yeah, these weekends have just kind of gotten filled up.
Yeah, but that was so fun, and it was the first time I felt like a full adult because I'm used to just showing up, looking cute to Thanksgiving, sitting on the couch, food's ready. Like, I know usually like my aunts like all get together and they all bring something, and so the kids sit the kids table. You know what? Like, yes, actually, because I think we don't have too many little cousins. We are still considered like the kids, so we still sit in a separate table from like my aunts and uncles, and we all are the ones like playing like the loud obnoxious games. And I guess I was just very used to just like showing up, and
it was cool to have that responsibility of hosting people. I remember we just made a ham in the oven, and we had to make sure we were just doing it right, even though it's a very simple. Yeah. It's really simple if you just read the instructions.
Oh, it's like, super simple.
I think I called my mom a couple times, like, you do this, just to make sure. But it was nice. Everyone brought something too, and we kind of.
It was the first time ever hosting anything.
Yeah, the apartment. So
aside from just like a regular come over,
get together. Yeah. But that was fun, and it does kind of stink that we're most likely not going to get that opportunity this year just because of everything going on. But
we're going to have to plan ahead next year.
We definitely are, because it was a lot of fun, and you know, again, you do feel like an adult. Like, let's make sure everything's clean.
Yeah.
Everything,
Oh my gosh,
everything
yeah.
looks festive.
We go in on the cleaning before.
Yep. Here's where the plates are at. This is where you can set your desserts. Like, just
fun.
having it set up. Yeah.
And I love hosting, but I do feel like I need some time to like prepare. And I know some people like to just, do it spontaneously, and props to those people, because I just feel like I want things to like go smoothly and I don't want to stress out. So yeah, but yes, for sure next year. And honestly, like now it's our turn to have these like traditions and build these traditions. So I want to make sure we do that.
That's a good point. Even, obviously we don't have like a big family or anything, but it's like you do want to start little things right here, right now, so that you can carry it over, later down the road. I completely agree with that. I know you have a couple other things on your list here that you made. I think before we get to those things, I got to tell everybody about Owen. If you don't know, it stands for Only What You Need, and it's 100% plant-based nutrition, excellent source of those omega-3s, green blends. Just reading off the awesome bottle here. That's the pumpkin spice. Good source of fiber, essential amino acids. Did I mention it tastes great? So you can get a chance at having an assortment of awesome Owen shakes by going to liveowen.com. And if you use the code CC15 at checkout, you'll save 15% off your first order. And a little bit of that, whatever you use on your order, will come back to us here at Couples Coverage. But this is pumpkin spice. Awesome flavor. Very festive for the times right now. But I really enjoy the No Nut Butter Cup, which can come in a 32-gram protein shake if you're looking a little bit more than the traditional 20 that they have here. But they have pre-made powders. They also have Double Shot, which has a little bit of caffeine in there with your protein. So you definitely got to check out Owen. Use that code CC15 at checkout, and you'll save 15% off your first order.
Thanks, Owen.
You're the best.
Okay. So, going back one more day before Thanksgiving, Blackout Wednesday.
Blackout Wednesday, yes.
Blackout Wednesday.
And everybody who participates, please have a designated driver and get home safely and don't overdo it. But yes, that's also something that just happens right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And again, this is another one of those things that I just didn't know was a thing before. And you know what? Like, it's called Blackout Wednesday, but in my head, I just consider it like going out during the week because you're off the next day.
Yeah.
Or like, and where we're from, there's a lot of towny bars that people like to hang out at, and I just picture like going to see all those people that I guess we haven't really been able to see as much. Mm-hmm. Maybe having a little drink or two, but I don't know. I don't picture it being that crazy unless you feel like it has been in the past.
It has definitely been a little
for
crazy.
you.
Yeah, no doubt. And I remember like, wait, what is that? Blackout Wednesday. And then, you're coming home from college and then you're seeing your friends that you haven't seen for a little bit, and bam. And because you are off of school and you get together with old buddies and you start drinking and having a good time, catching up. And yeah, I remember waking up really hungover for Thanksgiving one day. And, the Bears played that day too. So it was like, oh, you're just not even... You're not even there, but I don't know. It's just, I think that's just another opportunity to just meet up with people that you haven't gotten a chance to see for maybe the whole entire year. But because you, like you said, you do have that day. Usually, you have that Thursday off, and you can get together the night before and kind of have a drink or 10, depending on what you do. But yeah,
I do see that being more of a thing for like the younger, like out of college, like, True. Oh, we're back, let's go, like, have a good night or whatever. Mm-hmm. But now, like, maybe because we're a little bit like late 20s, it's like catching up with your friends, and I don't really see the point of, I don't want to show up to Thanksgiving hungover.
No. I mean, that's where you need, what are those saludes things? Yeah, those are good things to have after a night.
We need to get that one. Because this one's like the one that we've tried is like the immunity and It's not necessarily for like after drinking. I guess you can, but anyways,
It's got all the good stuff in there.
You have a little story though that you told me once.
Which one?
During a Blackout Wednesday.
Was it the shoot?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That did happen during a Blackout Wednesday. That's where Nick and Tiff were in town, I believe.
I wasn't with you.
No, okay. So I remember that a good portion of my friend group were again at a local bar in my hometown, and having a good time, having a couple of drinks, and I'm trying to remember exactly what happened, but someone came in and said there was like shootings out, like a shooting outside, or someone was going to come to the bar and had bad intentions essentially, and we were instructed to just get down and kind of brace for cover and things like that. And it was pretty scary because you don't know when someone says that, you take it seriously.
Yeah, for sure.
And so we're kind of under the bar essentially, just kind of bracing down. And I remember, I'm pretty sure police stopped by and I want to say they found bullet cases on the ground somewhere, but I don't know if it was directed towards where we were at. Again, it's a little foggy exactly the details, but yeah, that was a pretty scary time. And I didn't tell you until when?
Well, I didn't go with you.
Yeah.
I don't remember why, but I didn't go with you. I just stayed back, and I think I just got a message from you that something I don't know if you told me the full story, but you did tell me it looked like there was someone with a gun or something, and you guys had to take cover for a little bit. And I'm like, what are you still doing there? Get out of there. Mm-hmm. Because I'm pretty sure you guys stayed once it was
once it was cleared. I think everyone was like,
okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think some people did leave, but
that just would have ruined the vibe for me. It would have been I'm done.
That it was, no, I get it. If you I probably should have left. Didn't. We're hey, we still haven't, still catching up. That's past us, and I guess we'll keep on hanging out. But yeah, not a good time.
I mean, if cops showed up, maybe that would have made me feel okay, they made sure that it's cleared, but good. Still, I don't know. I was okay, I guess I'm not gonna sleep tonight, but it's all right. Because I was I don't know when you obviously were gonna be out and stuff, and just wanted to make sure you got home okay.
What, had first started dating?
I'm pretty sure that was our first year.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too sure why I didn't go with you. I was I don't want to go drink for Thanksgiving. Well, I don't know what it was.
Yeah, no. But that did happen.
Yeah.
That was not the best moment of that day, but the rest of that entire day was awesome.
Yeah. So we'll see. Do we have plans tomorrow? Are we going to go out?
I messaged my group of friends that we usually hang out with on Blackout Wednesday, and I think, I don't know, I'll have to check the messages. Haven't checked them in a little bit.
That'll be cool, dude. See everyone.
Yeah.
Catch up a little bit. Okay, so now I know we're kind of going all over the place a little bit. So this is before Thanksgiving, now after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, not Blackout Wednesday, Black Friday.
Black Friday's not just a day anymore. Though.
It's now there's Cyber Monday. It's kind of a whole week thing. It's so weird to me because before it wasn't just one day and that was it.
Yeah, and that's where you would see everybody fighting to get into a Walmart because there was one PlayStation 5 or something available. It was literally, Black Friday. Friday deals. One day of these deals. And now it's the whole week is Black Friday deals.
Yeah.
So it's there's no incentive to, after Thanksgiving to go out to the malls or whatever you went.
Yeah.
Would go and you have to be in line early to get this, which, I mean, I think that's good because there was so much chaos that would happen on those days. But now it is an entire week. You can get these Black Friday deals throughout the entire week. And even now it's spilled over into Thanksgiving itself because I remember family members would leave early. Oh, this deal starts in 2 hours and it's that Thursday. So
wow.
No longer Black Friday. It's Black Friday week or something.
So you'd get the same exact deals or is it more on that actual
Friday? I think maybe there's more on the Friday, but you're still getting, if there's other things that you want, they're probably discounted already.
Yeah. That's so interesting to me because I do remember it being like this big event, like Black Friday. You would drive around and I would see lines in so many different stores. Like Best Buy had always a line like way down or like, you know, wrapped around. Walmart was always really long. Or sometimes I would wake up that Thursday or Friday morning after Thanksgiving and my mom would be gone because she had woken up early to go to the Black Friday sales and stuff. So it just felt like a big deal when I was a kid. And I remember I used to like ask my parents if I could like please go with. I was so interested to see what Black Friday was all about. And the idea of like waking up super early to go was so exciting to me, even though I had like no money, obviously. I was just walking around. I just wanted to be like nosy and see what it was all about. And I do remember there was one time I woke up early. My parents said I can go with them if I woke up early enough to go with them. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And I went and I'm pretty sure they just told me to meet them at a certain time. Like let's meet back here at a certain time. And I couldn't hang. Like I was so tired from waking up that early that I went into a Kohl's into like a fitting room and took a nap.
What? You took a nap in the Kohl's fitting room? That's kind of funny.
I'm pretty sure I just put like a timer on my phone. Like, okay, wild Black Friday.
Wow. That's really funny. I remember like getting all the newspaper, like the mail that you would get on like maybe that Thanksgiving morning, and then going through all the deals and looking through like the actual like paper copies of things and like circling, oh, they have this at Walmart, they have this at Best Buy. Like I remember doing that, like looking through it. Like,
so did you have like you had saved up and you were trying to get deals, or they're like, this is what I'm gonna put on my list?
So it kind of worked out like for me, like my birthday is the following week.
Oh, so you're like, this is what
Hey, Mom, Dad, look, they have this deal on this thing. I mean, you want to save some money? Like, here's a game I want. Like, there was always like big video games that would go that have Black Friday deals, and it's like, I want that. You know, it's here. And this is probably before I could obviously drive or things, but when I could, I'm like, you look through the paper. To the newspaper clippings.
Funny, like you just highlight things and like scoot it over, like just in case you want to look through.
Yeah, exactly. like there it is. Like they have it there, and it's for this price.
At least you make it easy.
Yeah. Just I remember doing that, and now obviously everything. You don't need all that. What you're killing trees if you're doing all that now. You have everything on your phone. But I do remember like looking through that. My parents would be like, "Oh, let's see the deals. What's at Walmart? We need like a TV or a Blu-ray player, or whatever it would be." Like you would go through the newspaper or like just all the ads and find what you wanted, and that's the store you're going to. Like I remember that.
It would be fun. It would be fun to look through those catalogs or whatever they had that you would get sent. It was just nice I always go to the toy section. Like what toys they have.
I feel like did you ever go like out and wait out in a line before a store opened?
No.
We did that. So I can't remember if we did that. It was during Black Friday or not. And I don't think it was, but when the Nintendo Wii came out, like my cousins and I, my dad, my one uncle, we stayed out of a Toys R Us the night before and slept.
You slept out there?
We had the van, so I think we would sleep in the van. My uncle and my dad, like they would stay outside, and I don't know if we did like shifts or something. And this is when we were younger, and like we waited for that Nintendo Wii, and so right when it opened up, we were able to get one. But I remember getting White Castle that day, and I got really sick after eating White Castle like late at night or whatever. But
you had your Wii.
We got the Wii. We got it. We were, there was only a select few at that Toys R Us, and we slept out, waited, and got it. So it was pretty cool. It was a fun experience, one of a kind of thing.
Oh, see, that's like good memories.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But then you see the next day all the different like crazy videos that would come out, and
I know.
I'm like, is it really ever that
have you ever
serious?
Seen an adult taking something away from a child, like
or
like
my
something like
God.
that? Like you see those clips going around, like give me that. It's like there's something wrong with you.
I just remember seeing a video of all these people like waiting for like a Macy's or something to open, or like a JCPenney, and everyone ran to these big like pillows. I'm like, why are we fighting over pillows?
Gotta have the big pillows. People are nuts.
And honestly, I think it's once these videos started to go around, because I think when I think about it, this is when like videos didn't circulate as much. Maybe you'd see it on the news, but like we didn't have.
They weren't like trending over.
Yeah, you wouldn't see it on like TikTok
viral
or whatever. So once I was a little bit older and I started to see how crazy it could get, I was like so turned off from ever going. I'm like, I don't want to go if people are gonna be like, you know, running over people and people get like trampled on trying to get inside the stores. Yeah, I remember seeing always like the Victoria's Secret was always just like insane.
Like all clothes everywhere and stuff. Like people are going through it and
I think people were trying to get like the like Victoria's Secret bras or something that were like on sale, and those lines would get like crazy. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know.
Crazy times that I feel like are in the past. I don't know what I have no idea. Haven't done like a Black Friday. I remember one year I got freaking socks. Like I got
Black Friday?
A pair of socks.
There was one time where me and my cousin, we were at a family party. I don't remember how old we were. We must have been like 11 or 12 years old, maybe a little bit older. I think when I think back at it, I feel like I was still like a kid, because I felt like we were doing was so like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're doing this. But we were at a family party and we went outside. We said we were going to go to the garage, and we called a taxi. So Ubers weren't even around. We called a taxi and asked them if you can take us to Walmart. And we left the family party. No one knew we were gone.
I remember you yeah.
And we went into the Walmart, and we just wanted to see what it was all about.
During Black Friday?
Yeah, we went that Thursday night. So like Thanksgiving night, we had left, and I think some deals had started already. So we left, and then we couldn't even believe we were there. Like, we really slept, and no one knows. And I remember we even asked this taxi, like, can you pick us up like 2 houses down, so that they didn't see a car parked outside. And I remember as soon as, like, you know, when you get in a taxi or an Uber, like the doors lock, it's when it got real for us. Like, I started like getting 911 ready because I felt like we were gonna get like kidnapped or something.
So you go to the Walmart.
We get to Black Friday. I literally got a chapstick.
Wow.
I didn't have any money.
That's big.
Yeah, baby lips. If you guys remember baby lips, girls out there.
I think I remember that being a thing.
I used to collect them, so I just got literally a freaking baby lips, and we left. Was it
a Black Friday deal, or was it just a random baby lips?
Random baby lips, but I felt so ridiculous, like going with my one item. Like, this is a Black big spender.
Needed this. Okay, so you get, and then what? You call a taxi back? Obviously?
No, I don't even think we had enough money to get back. So we're like, oh, like, what are we gonna do? Either that, or at that point, we didn't feel comfortable enough to like order it again, because we were so scared just being in a taxi by ourselves. So we didn't, and we ended up calling like my older cousin and telling her like, we just wanted to see what it was about. Like, can you please come pick us up? And she didn't tell our parents or anything, but she picked us up and took us back. And we just walked back in as if we were in the garage the whole time.
Hey, we've been hanging out. Where'd you get that baby lips, though?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think I would have done that. How old were you?
I want to say it must have been like 11 or 12. Pretty young, because again, we didn't have money. It felt like we knew what we were doing wasn't okay. Oh snap, I don't know if my mom knows this story. Hi, Mom.
You're gonna expose yourself on Couples Covered Podcast.
Yeah,
episode 16.
I know.
That is hilarious.
But that's why when I see my little cousins now, I'm like, what are you guys up to? Like,
you're not calling Uber, are you?
Yeah, exactly. Where I haven't seen my cousins in a little bit. Where are they at?
They're just playing video games.
Yeah, they're just
they are literally playing video games on their phones.
Yeah,
that is hilarious.
I know. Sorry, but I think you were telling a story before this. Now, did I interrupt you? I'm sorry.
I have no idea. I don't think I was.
No.
All I said is I got socks one year.
Socks, yeah.
Yeah, I think my friend Ben and we went to the mall. No plans on getting anything. Or no, maybe we did have big plans and wanted actually something big. I think that's what it was. I have no idea exactly what we were striving to get, but I came away with a pair of Nike Elite socks. Those are big back in the day. So I was the real winner. I didn't spend a lot, and I got a pair of Nike Elite socks.
See?
So sometimes less is more.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
That's so funny. We were just at the mall recently, and every time we're there, there's something about it that feels nostalgic to me, because even now, like most times you do your shopping online. So whenever I do go, I'm always a little bit surprised to see that many people still going to the malls.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like for me, if I can, I will do all my shopping online.
Yeah.
I don't have any need to go to a mall. But I remember just when you were younger, like, hey, let's meet up at the mall for a date. Let's, go to the mall and walk around. But now that I go there, I'm like, no, there's no need to this anymore. I mean,
for a date, that just reminds me of I don't know if this is, I feel like I remember seeing guys do this at the mall where it was like 100% like a middle school relationship, and the guy would be holding the girl like from the back, and it was like almost like they were waddling. Do you know what I'm talking about? I'm like, what? Do you know what I'm talking about though?
I feel like I saw that at Six Flags more. Like when you're in line or something, and you're kind of like waddling through the line like a little penguin. Well, again, we probably have all been in that phase before, but it's like,
it's just kind of funny.
let's get on the ride. But...
Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, but you know how we were saying that it almost feels like that doesn't really happen anymore, like that one day of all this, like the big sales and stuff. I was gonna ask you if you feel like the holidays still have the same magic as they did before.
Not to the same degree as you were when you were a kid. Like I remember, like, you look at something as like Thanksgiving, and just getting to see all of your cousins and like hang out, like that was always so much fun. And like even now, it's everyone's got on their own schedule. Like people go to different family parties and things like that. So I don't think it has the same magic, but it's still very meaningful. Yeah. Just because it doesn't have the same magic like it did when you were maybe 8, 9, 10 years old, it still means a whole lot to see everybody, to catch up, eat, have conversation, laugh, do those things. But and I think that's okay. It's like it won't have that same, again, magic or whatever as, you were a little kid. But how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I definitely feel like I felt it so much when I was a kid. And I think it's when you're like, even like elementary school, having like your classroom decorated for the holidays and having like a holiday party. And that is so exciting just to go and like knowing you have like a holiday party. And you just look forward to it so much when you're a kid. Like there was times like before a holiday, I couldn't even sleep. I was so excited.
I remember just getting excited whenever the doorbell rang, when people were showing up, like, oh, who's here? Which cousin is here? Like,
so
like
sweet.
Simple things like that. Now it's like, oh, what's
What's
like,
up?
hey, how's it going? What's up?
Yeah.
Things like that. It's like, it's not that you're not excited, but I remember that. It's like, oh, who's the first one here? And
that is
opening
so
the door or whatever.
cute.
Like, everyone's, dressed up too.
Yeah.
It's not like that we don't dress up now, but it's like, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Because I used to remember like I need to get ready, and I would try to get ready like 4 hours before. I was just so eager to like, what am I gonna wear? Yeah, I wanted to do my hair, and like it's just so
no
funny.
Doubt.
But yeah, I don't know if they'll have, if they feel the same. Also, I just feel like before it doesn't snow as much either, and I always feel like that brings another feel to it, where it's like everything's so cozy and like everyone's like bundled up, and it just has something like special to it too whenever there's like snow during the holidays. After that, I'm over it, but I do like when there's snow and stuff.
Yeah, there better be snow on Christmas. Like, I feel like when there isn't, even though it may be Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, whatever, 24th, 25th, it just feels like Christmas when there's snow on the ground. And, you know, we'll definitely get to an episode as, you know, that holiday approaches. But I definitely agree. Damn you, global warming.
Yeah.
Because it is just warmer. And, I mean, obviously, like you said, after the holidays are done, you want to get to spring, summer. But it does lose a little bit of that, I don't know, nostalgic feeling.
Yeah. And you're right. There are people who maybe don't show up anymore. Like, they have their own, like, families or significant others that they go to and stuff. So, yeah, I guess things change, and maybe that's why. But I know we were talking about it, and I always feel like once you have a kid, that magic probably comes back, because now you're the one creating these special memories. And I just think it'd be so fun to make it feel like that, and like make them feel excited, just like how you felt. Like,
live through their excitement.
Yes,
too.
live through their excitement. That's so true.
Yeah.
And when I was teaching, I felt that a little bit. Like, oh, it was cute. I love to have like the decorations and the holiday themed games or activities or whatever it was. And obviously I haven't done that, so maybe that's why I'm also feeling it a little bit less. But
yeah, and I think, you know, that is an opportunity to, it's like a cycle, right? Like, you're a kid, you feel that, you obviously grow up, you're kind of out of it, but then when you have kids again, you're back in it. But again, like I said, you live through their, you know, your kids' excitement or like whatever it is, and you kind of, in a way, become a kid yourself.
Again, yes.
Yeah. So that's always cool. Comes back full circle.
It does. So just temporary, I guess. But still always great, and still always very thankful for these times, because I always look forward to it. Like, still, it's always my favorite time of the year.
No doubt about it. And yeah, that's why, again, you appreciate it when every single year, obviously. But hopefully everyone, you know, enjoys their Thanksgiving, and enjoy, if you participate in Blackout Friday, again, be safe and, you know, have fun, but enjoy time with family. And babe, not unless you had anything else on your docket. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for
Docket,
yeah. What am I, going back through my newspaper clipping getting Black Friday deals through the paper and ads? I don't know. But I hope you enjoyed this episode 16 of Couples Coverage. Make sure you subscribe on the YouTube channel, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Check us out on Instagram and TikTok. We'll have a bunch of content on there. But that's going to do it for episode 16. See you guys next week. Adios.
Bye. Oops. I interrupted your bye. Okay, bye.